Hello everybody, welcome to the JavaScript course. In this video, I'm going to discuss the change of input. So we have two events to handle the situation of change of event. The first one is called the change event. It is triggered when an input is finished. The other one is called input event. It is triggered when an input is altered by any means, including the mouse action and speech recognition. Now, let us see the HTML file first. The HTML file has a number of elements. First, I have a title here, and in the body part, I have a number of things. I have some headings, an input box, and a form, actually. And I have also some divisions to show some prompts later on. I have to link my JavaScript file to the HTML file. The file is called myscript.js, which is put in the JS folder, okay. Now, let us go to the JavaScript file. In order for me to use the strict mode, I have to say use strict on the first line of the JavaScript file. And then let us talk about the change event first. It is triggered when an event is finished. That means when I have finished entering something into the input box, for example, the change event is triggered. But it is not triggered when an element is just receiving input. So the word finished here is that when the element leaves its focus or the focus is blurred, then we can say that the input is finished. Okay. So let us see an example. I have already picked up the two elements by using the getElementById method. The first element to pick up is the input box, shown here, okay, and the second element to pick up is the division, called somePrompt, okay. So how can I handle the change event with these two elements? Let me show you my way now. Now I want to add an event listener to the input box, and the input box is trying to listen to the change event. So if the change is done, that means when the focus is lost for the input box, then I do something indicated by an anonymous function. I have to pass an event object into the argument of the anonymous function, and then I want to say something in the prompt section, which is the division shown here, okay. So the inner HTML is changed to something else. I want to show the value obtained in the input box. That's why I can take a look at the change event to see the content obtained. Okay. So let us see the result. Save. Reload. So I type something here. So you can see that the focus is still on the input box. So that's why the change isn't complete. I have to make sure that the input is finished by losing the focus of it. When I click somewhere on the web page, the focus is lost, and you can see that the content can be shown up here. I have typed the characters shown here, A, B, C, D, E, F, and when the focus is lost, the change is really triggered. That's why I can show the content of the my input box, okay, which is just referring to the value of it, okay. So we have to take a look at it. The input has to be finished. That means when it is still receiving input or when the focus is still there, it is not counted as a change yet, okay. The next event to consider is called the input event. How can it be triggered? It is triggered when the input is altered by any means, including the mouse action or the speech recognition tools, okay. So I have an example shown here. I want to use the radio buttons to demonstrate the input event. So it is not always in terms of the keyboard action. It can be just the mouse actions that can trigger the input event, okay. So I have already picked up the form shown here. And in the form, I have a number of radio buttons together with the labels, okay. So my form is obtained by using the getElementById method to obtain the form with ID called someForm. And also I've already captured all the radio buttons using the query selector all method to indicate that the input is of type radio. So I'm able to collect this input element, and this input element as well. So they are stored in a collection called my radios. Okay, so you can see that it is a list of elements, and the division called SUMPROMPT2 here is also captured by using the getElementById method. Okay, so how can I demonstrate the input event? Let me show you my way now. Okay, you can see that I have already got some code here. So I want to listen to the input event on the form itself rather than on any single input radio button. Okay, so I want to do something like this. I want to loop over the my radios collection to see that which one of the buttons is really clicked. If it is checked, then that button would have a value of true for the checked property. Okay, and then I want to say that that particularly checked button is really checked. So I want to show the value of that particular button. Okay, the value is shown here. For the first radio button, it is just choice 1. For the second one, it is just choice 2. For the third one, it is just choice 3. Okay, so the value, which is this string, will be shown up on the division. Okay, so let me try to do it. Save. Reload. So I click on any of the buttons, for example, the second one. So you can see that choice 2 is checked. That means I'm able to pick up the radio button really checked. So the second radio button has a value being true for the checked property. That's why I can go to the value of that particular radio button, and then I can capture choice 2 as the value, and then I print that value on the screen. Okay. So when I click on another button, you can see that choice 1 is checked. That means the input event is able to consider the mouse action as well, rather than just for the keyboard actions. Okay. So this video has already talked about the change event and the input event. For the change event, it is triggered when the input is finished by leaving the focus or by completing all the input. And for the input event, it is triggered when the input is altered by any means, including the mouse action or the speech recognition. Of course, the keyboard input is also included. This is the end of the video. If you have any questions about my video, please leave your questions on the comment section below the video. If you like this video, please give me a like and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.